And so it ends. This scene tells the story much better than I ever could. Instead of trial and turmoil, it's now joy and jubilation. The culmination of 7.5 months of hard work. The goal of every ball player, manager, and coach, a world's championship. In the Yankees' case, their first in 15 years. For most of them, their first ever. For principal owner George Steinbrenner, the final vindication, the culmination of a dream, the living up to of a promise he made the fans of New York when he bought the Yankees. For Yankee President Gabe Paul, a fitting climax to some 50 years, an entire lifetime devoted to baseball. For manager Billy Martin, the final reward for an embattled season. And now to the Yankees, our congratulations for a job well done. To the people of New York, thanks for truly being the greatest fans in the world. For Phil Rizzuto and Bill White, I'm Frank Messer. It's really been a pleasure.
Tuesday, October 18, the day for congratulating West German commandos. Also the day of a report David Berkowitz may be able to stand trial. And in Los Angeles, Bing Crosby is laid to rest.
We'll also have reports on the welcome home for hostages in West Germany, dramatic film of the commandos in action, and last-minute attempts to block the Concorde.
The World Series and opening night for the Mix. I'll have highlights from the stadium and the Garden.
And the clouds hovered above us today, but the rain will surely drench us tomorrow.
From New York's award-winning news station, this is the new Channel 11 Action News with Steve Bosh, Pat Harper, Jeff Kamen, Jerry Girard Sports, and Roberto Tirano's AccuWeather reports.
Good evening. For the first time in 15 years, the Yankees are champions of the baseball world. It was an exciting end to a series that the Yanks were supposed to lose, but they didn't. And sports editor Jerry Girard has highlights to show how they made it happen. It was an incredible game.
Oh, I tell you, I've been trying to think of the adjectives. They're not there. There's a tendency in this business and others as well to be overly dramatic. There's no way tonight. This is one of the great nights in the history of New York sports. The drama was absolutely incredible. The 3 home runs, Martin getting his contract confirmed by the front office, the joy of Martin and Jackson. The World Series championship comes back to the Yankees where it really belongs. We last won it in 1962. You could go on and on and on, and you're still short. You're saying, where are the words to tell me what happened tonight? And of course, above everything else, the crowd, the great excitement, because this was Game 6 and we didn't want to go to Game 7, was Reggie Jackson. This was his night. I don't care what you think of the man personally. You can't take this away from him. 3 home runs to tie Babe Ruth. Let's go back to the 4th inning. Thurman Munson leads off with a single to left field. At this point, the Yankees are trailing 3-2. Chambliss at homer. The left-handed power was catching up with the Dodgers. Now, when Jackson hits this ball, this is a smoking bullet. It's gone before you could even take a look at it into the lower deck. That is home run number 1. The Yankees go ahead. They get another run to go ahead 5-3. And the next time Reggie came up, I said to myself, Reggie, just one more. We want a little insurance. You know, Yankee fans are never satisfied. Just a couple of more runs, Reggie. Well, there they are, Jackson and Martin. Did you ever think that would happen? Now, Jackson comes up again. This is a repeat. It's almost in the exact same role. Another bullet. I mean, he is getting around on the pitch. Okay, I said, Reggie, that's enough. You've done your job. But by this time, the guy was really pumped up. The Yankees got a 7-3 lead. And I said, what a sensational game from number 44, who told me yesterday he's going to fight off those inside pitches. But he wasn't through yet. I'm telling you, there were tears in my eyes. By this time, I was ready to jump out in the street, sell me a Yankee jacket, let me go down there. Billy, what can I do for your club? I mean, I was pumped up over this. So it was all over, and the climax of a tremendous day, because earlier today, Billy Martin got another license to manage the Yankees. You know, he had a contract for 2 years, and he found out from Gabe Paul that he would remain as manager for the final 2 years of his contract and get a bonus as well. Despite the tremendous pressure all year long, Billy had survived.
Well, there's always pressure on you when you're managing a ball club. I'm glad this came out because it will stop all the things going around the country saying, well, Billy's gone. I've seen so many banners in Kansas City. They even had me in Tokyo managing. But this, I guess, will put it to rest. This winter I can go around and people say, well, I see you're going to be back with the Yankees again. I kind of like that.
Would you discuss the relative compatibility of you and Reggie Jackson being on the same team next year?
Well, I think after this year, what Reggie and I have gone through as far as the type of year we had right from spring training, I think has made both of us a better person. I think Reggie has realized that there are things that are going to pop up on a ball club, and he knows how to handle them now. I think Reggie's going to be just flat super. I think next year will be an easier year for Reggie Jackson and for Billy Martin.
I'll tell you openly right now, at half season, I said there's no way they're going to win. They did it. I'm going to have more highlights from the World Series and some of the locker room celebration a little later on, plus Knicks highlights from the Garden, and what a night for the Knicks as well. Pat?
Thank you, Jerry. Well, Jerry, there is jubilation in Gotham City.
Right here, too. Not only Gotham City, right inside here. You said you had a theory about why the Yankees won.
Oh, I simply think they had to come back here to win the series only because they had to wear the pinstripes.
I got another theory, has to do with hitting. You know, the left-handed hitters on the Yankees didn't do it in the Kansas City series. They still won. They were due to swing that bat, and I was waiting for it. And, of course, it happened tonight. 3 by Reggie and 1 by Chambliss. Demolished the Dodgers in Game 6. I picked them in 7. Didn't have any confidence in them, you know? But let's go back to the first inning when it all looked so dark. I mean, Mike Torres had great stuff, and all of a sudden he found himself 2 runs behind, and it wasn't his fault. Got the first 2 batters, and then Reggie Smith bounced one to short. Dan will be the first to tell you he should have had it. Wasn't the easiest play. And then after Say walked, Garvey slashed one inside the first baseline. To be honest about it, I didn't think Reggie got there too quickly or threw it that quickly. 2 runners scored on the play, and just like that, it was 2-0. Now, after a walk to Jackson in the second inning, Hooten, who just didn't have a good fastball, feeds one low, and Chambliss hits one of those majestic jobs into the right center field bleachers. I knew in the first inning that Hooten didn't have his good fastball, and it took only an inning to catch up with him. In the fourth, Munson leads off with a fastball inside and rips it to left field for a hit. Hooten kept throwing a fastball, and they kept hitting it. And that's what he threw Jackson for home run number 1. Zip into the right field seats like a shot. So the Yankees go ahead, and then Smith homers, and Jackson comes up once more with a runner at first base. Here he goes into the dugout. Of course, everybody knows all the trouble he's had with Munson and with Billy Martin. It all evaporated with that shot. They're hugging each other in the dugout, and they got a 1-run lead. The Yankees pick up another run here. The blunder of the game is Chambliss pops one to short left. Russell goes out. Baker comes in. Baker should have taken charge. He didn't. His throw to second is not in time. Then Chambliss moves to third base on a ground ball, and Piniella gets him in with a sacrifice fly. The Yankees are comfortable now with a lead of 5-3. But if you're a real Yankee fan, it's not enough. After all, this is the World Series. Now here's Jackson again with a runner on. Bingo. Another home run. And here's the 3rd home run now off the knuckleball.
Goodbye. Oh, what a blow. What a way to top it off. Forget about who the most valuable player is in the World Series. How this man has responded to pressure. Oh, what a beam on his face. How can you blame him? He's answered the whole world. Reggie Jackson's last at-bat, probably in the 1977 series. What a colossal blow. And that was a monster in itself. 475 feet, probably. Look at that. trace them season long for you. The ups and downs, emotional and on the playing field. The way they came from behind to beat the Red Sox and the Birds. The way they came from behind to beat the Royals. And now this, the ultimate fulfillment for a controversial, deeply complex and sensitive man named Reggie Jackson, who burst forth with 3 home runs and became the most valuable player in the World Series. As you look at a relieved Billy Morton, knowing he's back next year, and Reggie will be back. And you're looking at Bill White down there in the clubhouse, ready to take over as Commissioner Bowie Kuhn congratulates the winning man. The crowd pouring out.
Game, you know, 5 home runs in a 6-game series, a new record for 6 games, 3 home runs in 1 ball game, and that sort of ties a guy, Babe Ruth, who did it twice.
Well, Bill, you know, it's a great feeling. A lot of people talk about, you know, great players or great feelings, and I think the word that's superstar is overused a lot. And you played it in the era where the word really originated. Guys like DiMaggio and Mays and Aaron and Clemente, and I can now say that I had one day that was like those guys.
Hey, you know, you saved the best for last, and I think that's your true test of a star.
Well, thanks a lot, Bill. It wasn't easy. There's a lot of people that stuck with me, and I can say that I know there's a God in heaven for sure. And I'm very, very happy for myself, but I'm really not important. You know, it's just the people that have stuck with me, from the commissioner's office to the American League President's office, and our office, of course, and people like Fran Healy and Gary Walker and my mother and father, and people at Standard Brands and Puma, and there's just a lot of people.
All right, let's forget about the commercials. Now, let me ask.
A lot of people that really pull for me, and I'm happy for them.
Now, let me ask you this. So much has been said about what Reggie Jackson wants to do next year. Can you tell us what Reggie Jackson wants to do next year, and what will Reggie Jackson do next year?
I'd like to win another World Series.
For whom?
The Yankees.
All right, Reggie, good.
He's a full Yankee now. First World Championship in 15 years. Last time we did it, 1962. Wait a minute, there's more. Let's go to Madison Square Garden. The Knicks opened up tonight under a new coach, Willis Reed. Phenomenal. They beat Kansas City 120 to 113. And I don't want to sound overly dramatic, but a star was born. Ray Williams, the rookie. This is Williams with the ball. This kid looks like a veteran already. He passes back out. It goes to Jackson. Now watch this shot by Williams off a pass by Jackson. Bingo. The kid ball handles. Now there's a loose ball. Watch the steal by Williams here. This is his first game in the NBA. Gondrzak, another rookie, back to Williams. Gondrzak, another rookie that he got from Las Vegas. Watch him on the rebound. Muscle. This kid is out there to play ball. And another steal by Ray Williams. He is taking over for Walt Frazier. And he was the story tonight. Look at the feed off there. Meanwhile, the Nets opened up tonight at Detroit and got beat 110 to 93 by the Pistons. Bird Averett led the Nets with 23 points. Other games in the NBA, Chicago beat Cleveland. Los Angeles and Milwaukee. It's Milwaukee by 1 after 3 quarters. Golden State Phoenix still in the first quarter. And another, believe it or not, what a night for sports. At the Nassau Coliseum, the Islanders and L.A. Kings play to a 0-0 tie. Can't watch the World Series and play, you know. At the races, the double at Yonkers, A&D for $24.60. FAG in the triple for $160.80. At the Big A this afternoon, BH $74. In the double, triple BKD $148.20. And the feature went to Beyond Reasoning, written by Bill Littauer, $740. That's the story in sports. Here's Pat.
What is this pin you have here, New York Yankees?
This is a special gift from Jerry to me. Contrary to what many people think, Jerry and I get along famously. As a matter of fact, we're pinned now.
Oh, I think that's wonderful.
Tell us what the weather would have been like if we had to play another game tomorrow.
Rained out. No question about it. And you want to know something else? It was 29 degrees in Raleigh, North Carolina today, 32 in Tallahassee. Those Florida record-breaking cold temperatures. Of course, I'm going to have an abbreviated forecast. I'm going to go immediately with the temperature, 54 degrees in Midtown Manhattan under cloudy skies, and the humidity is 64%. That is the most comfortable humidity that can be. The perfect one. The barometric pressure 29.89 and holding steady, and the winds out of the southwest at 8 miles per hour. Here's the exclusive 5-day AccuWeather forecast. For tonight, it'll be variable clouds, 47 degrees. For tomorrow, cloudy, rainy, 58 degrees. For Thursday, clearing. It's going to be cool, 53 degrees. Friday, sunny and 60 degrees. Saturday, variable clouds, once again 62 degrees. And Sunday, partly cloudy skies and 58. So the clouds will thicken as the night progresses, and the rain will develop for tomorrow afternoon. Steve.
That's our report for tonight. Enjoy the Yankee victory. I'm Steve Bosh.
I'm Pat Harper. For Jeff, Jerry, Roberto, and the rest of the Action News team, have a good night and a